Well, we start today's day out at Derby and we're going up the Matlock branch. We're going to start at the far end of the line, at the end of the line at Matlock, and have an hour there, and then we'll go down to the wonderful Cromford for an hour there.
This is Matlock.
Well, I'd like to say we can get some nice pictures of the station, but it's covered in scaffolding.
Of course, it should be said at this point, despite my bleating about the scaffolding, that the scaffolding is a good thing, because it shows there's signs of renovation, refurbishment, and another trip back to Matlock at some point, if the gods spare me, to catch up with, see how it looks after its renovation. You can see it's quite extensive.
And there above the scaffolding of the station you can see Reba Castle, or is it Ryber Castle? Smedley's Folly is another name for it. It's a shame about the scaffolding. Well, over there on the peak rail platform, there's some nice old totem signs, and the platform culminates in a huge Sainsbury's, which is quite stylish in its own right, really, very in keeping, I'd say, with its two turrets either end. Yeah, rather like that, as supermarkets go. One thing that is amazing when you think about it, when the blue Pullmans were in service, the original blue Pullmans, they used to fly through here, believe it or not, on their way to Manchester Central from St Pancras. Seems odd when a line like this is sort of truncated and quiet and sleepy, that you can get, you know, those #1 expresses thundering through. Can't imagine it. Well, here we are at Cromford. What a magical place. Gets back to what I was saying last week about Whitlock's End and Wilmcote. There's the magic of these places. It doesn't matter how many platforms it's got or benches or who manages it. It's the feeling of a place I'm after. Although I do slip into platforms sometimes. So a few hard facts before we have a look round. For a start, the waiting room on the far side is now a holiday cottage, and is famous worldwide for being the cover picture of an Oasis single in 1995, some might say. And when it was first opened, it was Cromford Bridge. It's a Grade 2 listed building.
Now let's have a good look round the station. The camera's always drawn to the old waiting room on the other side. Although it's beautiful, of course, it has a sort of Gothic feel, and a little bit scary. Expect Christopher Lee to come out and start tending his begonias. And we have to say a quick word about the footbridge. Don't go clambering about all over it, because it is access to a private property, and it's best to keep off it. Always err on the side of caution, stay within the rules as enthusiasts. There's far too many enthusiasts abusing rules these days on the line side for steam specials and so on, and if we're not careful, the few will ruin it for the many. Bit of raw ironwork in the canopy supports. It has got a sort of slightly unkempt look, but that adds to the beauty of it really, and the people that do care for it do a fantastic job and keep the atmosphere of the place going. And of course the platform ends with the 764 yard Willersley Tunnel.
Just waiting for the 12 o'clock or thereabouts train to come back to Matlock and then back down again, which we'll catch back to Derby. But reflections on Cromford. I had high hopes, and sometimes when you get high hopes about things in life it goes melons up, because when the reality is far different from the imagination. But what a wonderful, beautiful place, and if ever you're driving past this neck of the woods in Derbyshire, even if you're not going on the train, just come and sit on the platform and look at it, drink it in, a bit like Wilmcote last video. You could sit there quite happily and just no trains, no people, just a pleasant surroundings. Fantastic. There it comes.
Countryside round these parts, needless to say, is stunning. Even the approach road to the station.
Oh, not a bad place to commute from, is it? This is the approach road to Cromford. Come back after a hard day's work to your car parked in this environment. Must be a pleasant experience. And there, beyond the white car, there's the station with its magnificent bridge. And there,
There we are, back at Derby. Thanks for watching, and if you are in that area of Derbyshire, drop in and have a look at Cromford station. You won't be disappointed.